Hey people, let me blow a little smoke up your ass here. This is ancient medicine. You can see pre-Columbian ancient Mayans using the same tool that 19th and 20th century doctors used. And it was real medicine. It was used around the world. Uh, when they're talking about Isis, the eye of Isis is a vagina, and it's similar, but we don't all have a vagina. So it was worldwide. They were blowing smoke up your ass, and it's used for depression. Some of them skilled enough that they could do it by theirself. And you see it in some ancient art in some Bibles. So when I say blow smoke up your ass, I'm not lying. I'm fixing to tell you a truth that they didn't want to tell you. And it explains it here in Genesis 3. It's called the Serpent's Deception. And they try to deceive you with these titles, but the Serpent's Deception actually means to deceive the serpent. And this is the serpent they're talking about. And the serpent runs up your back. And it frees all your chakras and helps to illuminate your eye and give you the crown. So the reason for this is in the last line of Genesis 3, when he drove out, or to egress, to the man he placed to the east of the Garden of Eden, to the cherubim, and a flame of sword whirling. So this cherubim is a MAO. It's the flaming sword, and it's an enzyme that lives in your stomach, and it employs a oxygen to clip the monoamines. It adds an oxygen in the group, and it changes the substance, because you eat these all day long in your lettuce. It's dimethyltryptamine, and what it does is it kills the tryptamine by separating, by adds of oxygen, and so it keeps you from being high all day long. But some people have depression, and so they'll give them a MAOI, a monoamine oxidase inhibitor. And so what this does, it's like a Syrian rue seed. It kills this MAO, and that way, when the foods you eat have drugs in them that you don't use, but when you inhibit this MAO, when you eat lettuce, you get high from eating the DMT that's in the lettuce. And so this is teaching how to deceive the serpent, because there's a cherubim that's been placed in there, the cherubim, and you have to inhibit it. You have to inhibit the cherubim, the MAO. So Carl Jung explained this as anima. It's where your word anima come from. It's a term for the feminine part of a man's personality. The part of the psyche that is directed inward, it is in touch with the subconscious. And we can see it here in this ancient alchemy. The anima is the sun, the eye of Horus. And we can see Odin here with the fire in a joint And down low here we see the corpus, or the cube, and the cubit is the ruler, the measurement down here below. So I haven't tried this medicine yet. I'm still working on decoding the measurements, the recipe out of Exodus and a couple other places, but you'll see a lot in Exodus 30, and I'll do a longer movie on it. But mainly I just wanted to get y'all a better reading on this last line in Genesis 3. And so what it says is, and he drove out. And this is old redneck term, to make grass. V-I, to make, G-R-S. To make grass. And that's a kind way of telling somebody, you better get to stepping. You know, get on out of here. Make you some grass between me and you. And this is also your word egress. To egress is the action of going out or leaving a place. To get to stepping. To make, or to egress, I-G-R-S. To get on out of here. Or to make grass. And then anything starting with a reads backwards. So this, instead of A-T, this is T-A, or to, T-O. And then it has a tack, and this reads backwards. And so it's not just the atom, but it's to made, had from. To make grass, to made, had from. You need to get you some grass, is what he's saying. The wise can, W-I-S-K-N. The wise can, to make, consume, to give, cycle. The wise can, MQDM, from, code, from, LGN, legend, and it has a tack here, so this reads backwards and forwards. So this is legend, LGN-ND-ODN, the legend, to make code from, the legend of Odin, to make grass, to made, had from, the grass that you want to use. The wise can make code from, the legend of Odin. And then to, and then you see the tack here, to MY, the tummy break. The tummy break the crib from. The tummy break the crib from. That's the cherubim. That's in your stomach. And it breaks the crib from. And so a crib, K-R-I-B, the crib is the first writings that are in code. If you went to the magic school, they everything's written in code. So if somebody gets the book, they don't quite understand it. The tummy, to break the crib from. What let, L-E-T, what let. This is let as in to cut and let bleed. What to or L-E-T, to let you. To let the herb, the H-R-B. To let the herb emit, E-M-T. To emit is a gas that's coming out of your power plant. To emit the pocket. To emit the pocket, less more. To E-M-T, emit the pocket. Emit the pocket. E-M-T-E-P-K-T. Emit the pocket, less more. To, and it has a hyphen, so this reads backwards and forwards. K-R-D-R-K. The K means to give. To give rhetoric. Rhetoric. Rhetoric is using words in a clever way to persuade others to accept an idea. But rhetoric is the use of words that include half-truths an untruth to purposely cause an emotional negative reaction. And this is what your Bible is. It's rhetoric. It's half-truths to purposely cause an emotional negative reaction. It's to get the weaker to give up, you know. And only the wise can code from Odin. Only the wise can code from legend Odin. The tummy break the cherubim. What let the herb emit the pocket. Less more to give rhetoric to the tree of life. The ox to give rhetoric. Ox the high from, to axe, to see cross the higham, each make work from. To see the cross, each make work from. So there is no Garden of Eden in the Bible, but there is a legend of Odin. So we now know that Odin is way older than the Bible. And I dropped a clue on Troy yesterday, and it like he was looking into it, and he posted this morning. So that's why I had to make this movie. But you can see Odin. This is what they call the herb, the sword. And he's got one eye. He's got an eye out, to the brown eye. And you see he's got an umbilical cord to the sun. And he's got a red ring around his head. And that's because Odin is Jupiter. And Jupiter controls the sun. And so if you don't understand the letter chart, Google ancient letter meaning chart. And they're all the same. And get you a study on these ancient letter meaning charts. You can get them off of these. And it looks like my favorite one has been taken down. I've been using it to teach so much. But get an idea what these letters mean, and then watch my movie again, and you get a better idea. All these letters have a meaning. I'm sure you'll find this one somewhere. But just study these 22 letters and see their meaning. And it's not just for this ancient writings. It's going to help you define words today that you don't know, because this is the ancient letter meaning chart. It's where your English language come from. The D means a door. It means to pass through, the way through. That's why there's a D in ladder. The ladder is the bind through, the bind the way through, the ladder. And just get you a study on this. The L is the bind, the tongue, or of. When you see the French use a LE in front of a word when they're talking about a proper name, it's to bind thee, or of thee. And the I, the O, is to see. Odin, O, to see. D is through, and N is the cycles. You have to study a little bit. They don't all have it, but the N mostly means cycles. When is to connect. W is the VAV. The V, W, and U are all the same letter. It means join, to connect. And so when is connect the cycle. When that cycle comes, that's when I'm going to do it. Where is to connect Ra, the first, knowledge. And that's the first thing you have to know, is where you're at. You don't know where you're going, you got to know where you're at first. Connect the first knowledge, where. And all your English language comes straight from this 22 letters of this ancient letter meaning chart. So if if you're watching this on Facebook, find my YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down here, but I got many movies. I've been doing this for years, and I've had to learn it myself, self-taught by reading the Bible. And so the more recent the movies, the more accurate, and I'll have more coming. And I'm possibly going to have to find a new platform. I got word that Google is going to shut down the channels that aren't friendly to advertisers. And no advertisers want you to know the truth. Anybody who's complaining that their truths aren't getting put out, you know, if you got an advertiser, that you don't know the truth yet. And I'm gonna have a movie up shortly on the Ankh, the truth about the Ankh, and it's not what you think. It has powers, and they totally got it upside down. All right, good day.